Hello everyone. Hope you have a great week and your week started well. And it's this week it's a great week because this week we are starting NHL season, right, in Czechia, in Prague. This week on Friday. It's only now it's already only 3 days away from season opener, and I hope we all are pretty pumped for this, and we will definitely try to enjoy this next season as much as we did last season, and we had an amazing results there, and it will be hard to beat them, but the goal is always to make next season even better than it was previous one. So we'll see how it will go, and but yeah. In this video, we will see, and I will try to talk about last week's results in European leagues, which I am covering and sending to my subscribers. And okay, let's try to start this. And Sweden, as we see, there is Sweden, which we are looking at right now, and. Yeah, Firestrad started this season, this last week with 6-0 against Firestrad, which in my opinion was a pretty shocking result, pretty shocking and big result, and I didn't sorry, yeah, on Monday and 26th this one started, and I already took next game. I already took because I had a back-to-back game with like back-to-back, not back-to-back game, but back-to-back opponent and the same opponent, and only they changed the rings, and first I played at home, and I thought that Firestad money line is very good bet, and I still do think it was a great play, and we beat the also closing odds, but unfortunately we lost this bet. It was a crazy game and a lot of comebacks in this game, but in the end, Skelfall again tried managed to win this game, and they scored 12 goals in 2 games against one opponent. It's extremely crazy, and it's not happening too much in leagues like Sweden, and it was crazy, and I didn't expect that coming for sure. And then in their last game last week they lost against Örebro in less scorer, where we took over in this game. Yeah, we took over 5.5 goals in this game because both teams were pretty hot. And yeah, but unfortunately we lost this one. In basic, we did. Was some surprises for me, of course. Malmo managed to win against Rogland this one, and then Malmo in Sunday game they created Sunday. There was only one game on Sunday, and it was a crazy 12-goal game in where Malmo played, and yeah. Which is pretty shocking still for me if we talk about this league, that HV 71 or HV, or how they call it in Sweden, that their results are still struggling. Of course, we can say we see 3 games last week, and all games are lost in overtimes. Here in overtime, and here in overtime. And there's a pretty bad bounce for them. Of course, team is good, and this team will fight for the playoffs, I think. And because this team just need time. And I watched the one game where they played last week. It was, I think, against Oskarshamn on Saturday. I watched this game. Yeah, they pushed it. I watched the first period and a little bit from second one, and they pushed this game. And Oskarshamn just went and scored their first goal. It's happening, but believe me, this team will be pretty good in maybe in late October, November, December, we will see that this team will start to fight, and we will see wins coming, because it's such a bad bounce that you lose 3 games during 1 week in all games in overtime. It doesn't happening too much. Yeah, and basically, yeah, that's what I see and think about this league. Some scoring days, some big results, some small results, but basically pretty interesting week was in Sweden, and we'll see what will bring future for us. And this week we have Champions League, and of course, a couple teams are playing in Champions League as well. Well, Switzerland. What we can say about this one? I think I watched 2 or 3 games this week, and of course, still Kloten. They lost 9-1 to Freiburg in this game, and it was pretty clear that next game, as they were complete underdogs. Of course, I kind of we didn't took this game, but it was clear that Kloten may, and they can. It's Kloten is pretty much the same for me, in my opinion. What is HY in Sweden? They're a good team. Their team will start to play better, because it's if you have a team like that, then the players like that, it can't be such bad results all the time. Yeah, of course, and we see then in last game of this week they capitulated against Zug, and maybe it was a coming after win after win in Lugano, and but I don't know. It's for sure surprise for me this season so far. It's how Genève is playing, Servette is playing. They're playing such a great offensive hockey. They have this Hartkan and Umarkin team who are making miracles on the ice, and if I thought they are very good in the power play, because I'm not watching all the games. Of course, I'm not just human. I'm not sitting all days and watching hockey. If you think I'm doing that, no, I'm not doing that. I'm guy who is checking numbers, and for me, it's most important is odd movements, and but yeah, of course, I am watching, but it's not that I'm watching all the time non-stop playing. I have family, and that's the most important for me as well, for sure. And but I am still trying to watch as much as I can when the kids are going to sleep, or maybe sometimes they want to watch, then we watch together. And it comes that I watched a lot Genève games this season, and they're playing really, really great. And yeah, I watched when they played in this game against Freiburg, and I watched on Saturday. I watched how they played against Lausanne, and Lausanne need to figure out what they need better backup goalie, and they will coming that Punanos will come will get some injuries as he got now, and it will be very hard for this team to show some results, because it's hard with only one goalie. Yeah, Lugano scores, so Lugano is showing that when Koskinen is in net, and I think Lugano and with Koskinen in net got in first. How much games they played? 7, maybe 8. I don't know this season so far, and Koskinen is his third, I think. Shootout already this season. He's a master. He's master in net, and then he finally found his league. I see. But yeah, if there was something what surprised me a lot, then yeah, maybe a Joe, and then a Joe couldn't score a goal against Zurich, and yeah, we took over 5.5 goals in this game last week, and yeah, but basically results were pretty interesting. We see we see that Friday games. This was the last Friday. Friday games also were pretty high scoring, like three high scoring games and three low scoring games. Let's say, and the same we see on Saturdays. Saturdays for me are pretty much. More should be more productivity with more bigger productivity, and yeah, Lucknow Tigers won the game. Yeah, it was a pretty big surprise. Yeah, it maybe when they tried, and I think Freiburg shot it in the net around 40-50 times, and goalie made miracles, and we just we are waiting for next Lucknow Tiger game, and I'm pretty sure that this game will go to over, and it's hard to play two great games, two great and bounced with great bounce games in a row, and usually after good games comes not two great games. So yeah, we'll see how it will be. And BL couldn't score against Lugano, and pretty sure that BL will score next game. Next game will score goals, and and then was two played against Amber Piotta. It was game of the week. On Sundays they play games of the week, and we see here also amazing game for a 9-goal game, and really good choice which you can take for the game of the week, and it was great. And we had some ups and downs this week as well, and but we ended this last week. We ended on 3 greens because of these teams on Sunday in Germany. We took 3 overs in this day. We took Straubing Tigers played over and scored 6th goal. Frankfurt scored 3 game equalizer. 15 seconds till the end, and also we had the Adler game. We had over 5.5 goals, and we had in Berlin game. We needed also 6 goals, and this day was very very good for us. And you know me, and those who follow me in my place, and you see that I'm pretty big over hunter. So I took overs in I don't know, maybe 70-18% of my plays, and I try to seek for overs. I like overs, and I hate to take unders, but sometimes there is a very big value and probability for unders that I can't can't stay away from it. And but usually I take overs. I like overs because why I like overs, because over is only one thing in your main markets which can end faster than 60 minutes of games played, and every one of us like to end the job early, right? So we had the games almost every day, or even every day last week, and this week also we have one game almost every day. And we had one couple of surprises. Maybe Bietingham's won against Schöninger was surprise, because Schöninger is a good team. I already talked about a lot about Schöninger, and I will talk about lot this season. But basically the biggest surprise this season in Germany definitely is Frankfurt Leuven. And like I wrote in one of my game previews, that Frankfurt is doing pretty much the same stories. They are like doing the same story what Bietingham did last season, when they could win these magic games, and had these magic runs, and could stay in Dell in main tier 1 in Germany in league. And Krefeld Penguins is playing in Dell 2 this season. Well, and it was last week, or it was week before, when Frankfurt managed to even win against Munich. This was a Friday. It was that game we needed to over 6, but we took regular time, because I didn't see that coming, that this game can end 3-3 in the regular time. But it was, and it's crazy. like we see that there is Schöninger is beating Bremenhaven, who till this game I think they had only wins, and then they take that win on road, and then they lose against Birmingham at home. That's hockey. That's hockey, guys, and maybe some motivation, less motivation against teams like Birmingham. Not and bigger motivation maybe against teams like Bremerhaven, but yeah, it's still hockey. It's still tier one in Germany, and still high level games, and yeah, but pretty much it was a logical week in Germany. We see that there is coming a lot of favorites winning on Saturday. With pretty big confidence in 6-3, 3-1, 5-2. Even Grizzly on road. That's basically Germany. In Germany, you will see favorites win more than underdogs do, and we will see these goal games. And when you see these less scoring games, of course you need to understand the team. Of course, maybe after 2-2 in at home against Birmingham, Schöninger maybe will not play over in this next game, but definitely Birmingham can play over in next game because their style is much different than Schöninger's style. So yeah, it's you need to understand the league, and you need to follow this league like we have. I have already sent, and it will come as a free play today. Maybe we'll decide, but yeah, it's Kölner last game played against Birmingham on Saturday. It was Friday, sorry, and they won 2-0 game. It was a less scoring game, and with only 2 goals, and they shoot out at Birmingham in this game against Bremerhaven. Odds are very high for over 5.5, in my opinion. That's why we took yesterday, and we'll see how it will go, but in my opinion productivity must be bigger in this game, so we'll see how it will come. So it's pretty much all what I wanted to say about last week. If you have some specific questions, maybe if you have, feel free to ask. I'm always open in DMs in Twitter, or you can write in our Discord server or Telegram. You can find me if you want. You will always find me, and I hope you will have a great week, and I hope you will have a great season opener in NHL. Right? Okay, guys. Enjoy your day. Who is waking up only now, and maybe someone is ending day already, like I am. It's already 3 p.m. almost, and yeah. Just hope you all are great and safe, and see you guys in the next videos.